and it's racially motivated. And it's very racially motivated, and I've not seen nothing like this occur as through all my study since the Nazi days, which there's a lot of people who are governmental with power who you could possibly call neo-Nazi type of figures. And they're given the power in the community to call public lynchings and what is it called? I'd say purge. They're purging on my family because of what they done. All the means of control, like I hurt your kid just to get you to point a finger. Think about all the other means of control. You know, think about all that shit. I ain't got no future. You know, we already know that. I'm gonna die. So I've been getting ready. I've been getting mentally ready. I've been missing, like I'm going through a mental stage of missing my family already. You know, as I can't barely leave this wall that's right here, because every time I move away from this wall, this thing comes in behind me and puts stuff into my chest and back. But it can go, it's a long story. But also shit, when I try to read, you know, I see this radiation stuff like all at my joints to make my joints tired. I'm just a nigger being tortured out by some somewhat barbaric Neanderthalic type minded racist governmental conspiracy, because it's very racist, and they didn't have no reason to do this because they promised me that if I took the false plea that they wouldn't torture me. But when I got to prison, they started hurting me and letting all the inmates feed the stuff around me, and then they starved me because I couldn't leave the cell because of, I mean, everybody, there's like some people in there, they're like, man, these people are doing this. So I was just like really tortured, really bad. I've done all my time and I didn't even do nothing. They tried to force me to commit the crime to create a scenario, but then also it's probably to get me to point a finger, like run up in court and say the devil made me do it, or the voices. Yeah, they're playing the control game that much to where they try to control and create a game of mental psychosis and voices and stuff. Now, you can actually go through the records, the public records, and look at a lot of cases and stuff of slangs that started with some voices or somebody saying something about voices. I ain't saying a motherfucking thing about voices. If I was to comment about voices, somebody else would say it, that they heard it before y'all have your ideal profile of one of those killers that y'all created before, a delusional black man and blah 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 this and that. Okay, so I don't hear voices, but I know a few people who do. You know, so I don't know how they're gonna do this, because they were gonna load us all up over there in Washington and kill us. I was thinking, well, they were saying through a scanner they were gonna do it on an 18-wheeler, kill us all and all that, yeah. And then actually, the white folks pulled the 18-wheeler up one day, yeah. So it just wasn't a delusion, and we weren't. That was a person speaking through that shit. It wasn't no white noise. I'm not gonna let them control me. These people with their little psychic vampire or whatever the fuck they want to call it, control me into tripping out unless I have to, because somebody come try to hurt my motherfucking family again. I don't know what to do. So, I might just go on Facebook Live and tell everybody I'll see y'all in the motherfucking other side, and I'll just start explaining right there. Or I can drop this video and let them explain it later on. But I wonder how they're going to explain it. There's already shit. There ain't going to be no way to explain it. Because you can't kill everybody who knows. Now, I'm being killed. I'm going to die. They already told me we're going to murder you. We're going to murder you regardless of anything. That's what I've been told. And oh yeah, but after they told me that, I was told to take the false plea in Sweetwater that I committed perjury upon, but I was scared for my life. And they told me they wouldn't inject me with radiation. But, here I am. So I'm just going to post this on Facebook before I have to run out this house. Because it's all around right here. So, yep, so for all y'all soldiers out there, man, y'all keep it real. And just remember the 400 years or more that we were hung from trees. But they've already they're doing something way more racist. They ain't gonna blame it. It ain't the being. It's the people. Which were these people that rolled by us after they kidnapped us here? Kidnapped my children? They rolled by us laughing at us about... How many cars was that, Gina? Gina? Hun? How many cars was that rolled by us when we first got to Abilene? Like about 50? Laughing at us and pointing at us. Those are the ones. Yeah. They're pretty organized, actually, huh? To go from all the way up there, we ain't even been here we haven't even been in this state for a long time, but a row of maybe 30 to 50 cars ride by us laughing. Those are obviously somebody who are closely doing something to us. And they obviously have money. And they want to put a profile out about me to the whole entire community, to the whole world, to cover up a pile of shit of what they did. They will tell the whole world that it's a death sentence, everybody. This guy's a monster, this and that. But before I got here, that's what they did. And people told me. But that's just to cover up torturing my children. They tortured and injected my children with radiation with remote controls. And then they fucked my children up the ass. And they locked me up and tortured me. And they tried to destroy my family and get us all torn apart. They injected a 9-month-old baby in the brain till he became mentally retarded. And that's my 18-year-old son, Deontay. He's permanently gone, and he will never be able to take care of himself again. And they want to still sit up in my house or whatever the fuck's in here, because I don't see nothing, hear no evil, see no evil. And they still want to do this. They did all that. If they say they killing somebody, well, obviously they done something pretty bad. Bad enough to murder a motherfucker. I'm just saying. Obviously, if somebody's willing to act like it's a death sentence and get people to secretly kill you, get them while they ain't looking, have them walk around in public and put all this shit all over me and my children, that's a fucking desperate son of a bitch who done something bad. That's the only sign it is to it. And that person or that group are racist. They completely don't want to be known for it, so they'll yell out, or they'll have something herald me around everywhere I go, me and my family, putting our lives in danger. Now, those people that laughed and that are hiding, they gonna stay hidden, because that's what hoes do. Now, they gonna stay hidden because they hiding from the law. That's right. They're hiding from the law. They're hiding from the law because They done something against the law. They're not going to be held criminally responsible for it. So they're hiding. We can't get you with our hands, like John said. Well, we'll get you with our other hand. Something that does things for people. Like that little 4-year-old baby that died in San Ben Park, Aberdeen, Washington. So I don't fucking know. Maybe it's going to be the goddamn nigger that probably died up in this bitch. Or his children. But they don't care about that. Long as a motherfucker get to eat his little old Cheerios. Excuse me for talking so... just excuse me for the way that I've been talking, somewhat ghetto. Because I got overworked. Because, I mean, shit. Would you? Imagine all this being true, which it is. And it happening to you. Yeah. So I'm not blaming no shit. I'm sitting here, laying here being killed. Who the fuck am I blaming? A hole in the ground? That's all I got. We put all of our hopes and dreams on hold. And we're waiting on death row up in this bitch. My daughter already has been hurt, and it hurt my wife's brain. Now, shit. Well, we're gonna just... It's just stupid. And it's all for nothing, because it's like it should have been live or let live, because I'm not bothering nobody. It's something hurt me. It's them hurting me. They're responsible for it. They're doing it because it didn't have no power. Something can't get power unless somebody gives it to them. And we see what's going on, and my daughter sees it too. We see what is going on. I have surveillance of people pointing those remotes down here and up there. So they've also stole some surveillance cameras off the Greyhound in 2006, but that's fine. You know, they also stole the shit out a trailer up there in 2004 in South Carolina, and pulled a motherfucking AK-47 or some type of assault rifle with a high-powered government infrared beam on it. And that infrared beam that it had, it wasn't no, it wasn't a free world one. You know what I'm saying? It was distributed by a certain company, and they don't make them for civilians. Okay? But also the people that went in that trailer in South Carolina said they were the SLED, which is South Carolina Law Enforcement Department, going in there to a drug bust. But reluctantly, they threw the 4 ounces of crack back on the couch before they walked out the door. And they just took the stuff that I had stored in that trailer, threw my kids' clothes in the dirt, and took like a camera that I found in one of my houses, in one of my cars. They took the cameras, like some illegal surveillance cameras that I had found that they had stored up in our house. Whenever they were surveillancing us, a whole bunch of white people surveillancing a black family that they don't even know, nigga ain't even under investigation, and torturing them. They surveillanced and tortured us. They killed our animals. They tried to kill my children 21 times. Tried to kill me. I'm gonna die. You know, I'm proud of that, baby. Like a soldier, baby. Dead. Like a soldier. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna die. But, so there's this being. I was gonna make it like the first time in worldwide history that one of these government FBI fucking devils that be causing these national shootings and shit, this is gonna be the first time it kills somebody on camera. You know what I'm saying? Because we have everywhere surveillance around here. Might put a camera in the bathroom, watch me shit. Because I'm used to living the Truman Show. People controlling you, poisoning you. They poisoned us too. They were using that to get something in our bodies to make the mind control easier to do. Yeah, we were poisoned. Certainly poison. And now they done all that, and then now we're the biggest world criminals over here. You know, they got the David Koresh thing going on or whatever. Yeah, right. You know, just because of that, they've got to, after they done all that, they are cruel enough. They are so cruel enough to do this to my family and my children, torturing people. Imagine being a kid growing up and your daddy lying there on the floor being tortured and you being called a bitch and a nigger and all that by some fucking a monster. The Kukui. Did you know that the original story of the Kukui was actually true? It's of course it's a Mexican tale, but it was actually true. And yeah, they said the Kukui. It ain't no they said. It's evidence. Just like this thing here is evidence that this ain't what it calls itself, though. And I never say that. But like, you know, I know a lot of things in the occult, like the Mothman and all that. Jeepers Creepers was also based on a true story too. So that is something very interesting. But imagine the CPS working with Jeepers Creepers. They're using a remote control to kill him, to kill or something, you know what I'm saying? They're using something as a weapon as they got your children over here. They just, and they're doing it. I mean, I'm saying, yeah, governmental. That's an office in the government. Yeah, it's racist. So, yeah, we have contacted UN, but I mean, it's kind of hard to get through to some people. Why are you there to help someone if a motherfucker can't pick up a fucking phone and you pick up on the other side? You know what I mean? Now, that right there, I mean, is fucked up. I ain't gonna say nothing more about that. Because if you there for the world, pay a Negro $8 an hour to sit there at a chair answering the phone. I promise you he'll take it. So, y'all need to start helping more people in this world. You know, children, they're going to do this again probably. You know, unless somebody makes a change, maybe somebody can see what they're all responsible for, and then no more people have to die. You know? It's insane why people got to be killed off anyways. I don't understand. I completely don't understand. And no, I'm not in no type of criminal trouble whatsoever. I don't commit crime. You know, I tried to honestly run a tattoo service in a studio, and started building the tattoo service up, got a building and everything, and just imagine being at a tattoo job with something drilling through your back. You can't barely walk. And it's doing that on purpose. So, me and my family, we're poor. You know, it's just something that is actually messing with our financials. I'm fully able to work, and I haven't been able to work in 2 years because I can't barely walk. Nothing but a couple days a week. I'm standing right now, but a couple days a week, best believe it. Man, I mean, I got a six-pack and big muscles, and I can't barely walk. I don't understand. I don't understand why we have to be done like that. 2 years, and I'm not acting like it's the end of my life. I know it's the end of my life. Now, with something here injecting you with radiation to death, to where you can't walk, to where it's popping your fucking spine, and you see who's doing it, and your kids they're doing it in front of my children. My son called me crying. It's just fucked up, you know. Ouch. Shit hurts. What's been going on? Just imagine being locked up in a small little closet for down near 10 years being tortured. Something meaning not just to kill you, but to torture you to death. Torture you to death. Oh, yeah, you can't cuff a goddamn whatever. But you know what? I can just be wide open with it, with everybody. So that's what I'm making this video for, Facebook. I know that within one day, this is going to get 10,000 views, probably. My name is Parker Bolden, and I was set up by these hoes, and they tortured me and my children. That's all that happened. Y'all know my name. Y'all see my face. This is that black man they did that to. And I'm trying to show everybody the reality of it. So I'm giving people much as I can give them while it's occurring. So they can look at a few other things. And if this is happening, if this thing is here harming me, that means they really did inject my children with radiation. They kidnapped them, which they did, because that would turn that into kidnapping. And they raped them, which the same people, the same group did it while they're murdering me. And that same group that tortured my children up there. Yep. And they just did it in so far-fetched that I didn't fall for the bullshit. Like, like how they tried to force me to have sex with a baby. Shit, off the top, we were like, man, they're trying to fucking frame. Everybody's like, they're trying to frame you. You better leave Sweetwater now. And right before we left Sweetwater, boy, they snatched my motherfucking kids up. Nigga didn't even do nothing. You know what I'm saying? A nigga didn't even do nothing. They had a kid come up to me talking about, oh, you want to do this and you want to have... I'm like, hell no. So, I'm just explaining that just exactly how it occurred. But the little kid... must I say was beat by some insane person because they didn't succeed in getting me in bed for some world conspiracy. Anyway, let me get off this shit.